Well, here we are. Hollow Knight yet again. Last episode, what? I defeated the False Knight? First boss, I forget, I think it was False Knight, was its name. And I got a new spell, which will allow me to get to a new area. I'm gonna take this stag and we're gonna go see if we can get there. Now, admittedly, like this first, the Forgotten Crossroads, this area is a pretty good, like, I don't want to say tutorial area because that's not really what this is, but as far as like an opening area for a Metroidvania, it's pretty, it's pretty straightforward. It's not too confusing. And overall, it's pretty straightforward in terms of how you get around. The next area that I'll be heading towards is not quite as straightforward. In fact, it's I think probably the first time the game really kind of starts throwing a little bit more of a little bit more challenging platforming elements at you. Which is, fine by me. I'm all for that. I live for it. Oh no. I hope that is not a sign of things to come, but you never know. Oh, excuse me. Also, too, I guess I could mention that because it's sort of silly of me not to, but if you've seen any of my previous stuff on here, you'll note that it was mostly just raw recordings for the most part. And I mean, Hollow Knight so far still kind of falls into that category, but you may have noticed that that these episodes are actually starting with a small, I guess, intro title and I'm not even gonna lie, a kind of anime-esque inspired next episode end title, so hopefully that's not too on the nose or goofy. I kind of figured if I had the means to do stuff like that, I might as well attempt to, and I don't know, I think it works for what I need it to. I'm going up. That's where I'm going. I think it would have been just quicker to use the well and dirt. I love navigating in this game, so I don't mind taking the long way when I can. I don't know, this game's just really good about that. It just feels so nice to play it, and it feels really, it controls really well, and I feel like navigation between the map and just, kind of memorizing what areas are which. I don't know. It's just really well done. Alright, let's see. What is this? Okay. It's the Grub Father. Oh, you are gonna give me stuff. Okay. Oh, hello. You just, yes, keep doing that. What is this? Okay. That's nice. So, I think you might have seen one of those in the item shop in Dirtmouth, but that is a mask piece, and if I collect, I think it's four mask pieces, and then I can turn around and get extra health that way. It's handy, it's helpful. Also gonna check what's in here real quick, because I don't remember. Oh, can't go there yet. But that's okay. Not the end of the world. That's the beauty of this game. Again, I think I made mention in the last episode, kind of talking about, I think I briefly brought up the fact that I'm still, to this day, I'm not a big fan of Metroidvania as a descriptive term for games like this. I prefer 2D action adventures. I think that's a more honest description. But this game, I think, in terms of its design, it really reminds me quite a bit of something closer to Super Metroid or just Metroid in general, really. Not so much like you know, Igarashi-led Castlevanias or anything like that. It's a lot more exploration based. It's a lot more about getting lost and kind of feeling the environment out rather than just, you know, finding a path and then sticking on that for a good solid chunk of time and then, oh hey, here's a new area. Like, this game is a lot more dense in that regard. But here's our new area. This is Greenpath. Greenpath, I would argue, I think and this is so silly to say because this game is full of different, very unique and cool environments to explore, but I genuinely like Greenpath. I think it's one of the cooler areas of the game. I think it's just a lot. It's just, I don't know. It's just absolutely, like, if I were to try and explain or show off, like, how pretty this game actually is, I believe this is the area I would always go for. The music is just phenomenal. The look of this place is just so different than what has previously been seen so far, and it kind of gives a really good idea of just how varied the different environments in this game are. I mean, later on we're gonna see, I mean, some gorgeous areas. But this one, I think, in many ways takes the cake for me. I love it. I love this game, and I love Greenpath. Whoa. Of course, you got to be careful of the wild plant life. And also, too, obviously, you don't want to fall into that stuff at the bottom. You probably noticed I've knocked a few enemies into it, and they just immediately die. Not a very smart idea to be falling in there, I don't think. Okay. Remember, is there anything I missed? I don't think there is. But you know, just like last episode, though, at some point I am going to be kind of looking around for the cartographer, whose name eludes me at the moment. I forget what his name was, but I'll be finding him shortly, hopefully, and I'll be grabbing a map for this location. And just like the Forgotten Crossroads, Greenpath does have a boss, and we'll be meeting them pretty soon. Here's our nice little rest area. Let me do a little map drawing. But I still don't have a map for this area. But that's okay, though. In case you're wondering, no, if you started to explore an area and you don't have a map yet, the knight will jot notes down, basically. And so, once you finally do get a map, it'll all kind of fill in. I wonder who that might be. Well, I already know who that is, but, I mean, gotta give a sense of mystery, I guess, but... I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna backtrack just real quick. I just want to do a little more exploring up here real fast. In case you were wondering, yes, you can kill those little bugs. Okay, yeah, this is just a nice little save room. Well, not really. I don't know. This game doesn't really have save room. Well, I mean, I guess it kind of does, but like the benches, you'll find benches kind of placed in convenient, but not necessarily like, obvious spots. In fact, actually, later on, we'll see benches that we have to pay to use, which is kind of neat. One-time fee, though, of course. It's not a, you know, it's not something you have to pay for every time. Now, I will say this, like last episode, I had a really good little run through Forgotten Crossroads. Didn't have any, didn't make any horrible mistakes, and overall just had a really good time running through it. It was a very pleasant go through. But Greenpath, I know for a fact, is sort of the area where, for me anyways, that's where the game starts to, you know, again, I think I mentioned, you know, kind of slightly tougher platforming elements, but also too, this is like an area where dying is not completely out of the question. Like, it could very well happen. And if it does, it does. It's not the end of the world. But, frankly, I would prefer it not. But, you know. Oh, no. Ow. That scared me. I honestly thought the hitbox on that had left. And that's kind of the trick with several of the enemies in this area. Their death animations aren't quite straightforward. Some of them are like those ones, but the ones that are like spewing out orange fumes as they're moving, those are the ones that if you stick around them while they're dying, you will get hit. All right, we want to go ahead and do this. Also, I think I heard our cartographer. Here he is. Isn't this a contrast from the crossroads? Such a humid, lively place. The roads twist and turn in the most wonderful ways. I've done my best to chart the area ahead, though I must admit some of the area's inhabitants proved quite a nuisance. Purchase a map of the area. Yes. There we go. So now we have a pretty solid map of Greenpath. And of course, can't quite get up there, so I'm gonna go back around here. Well, not quite like that though. Let's not do that. Let me not do that. But I do want to go down here. Of course, that's the other trick with some of the enemies in this area too. You gotta watch out because they will just kind of spawn behind you like that a lot. Get out of here. I really wish I had more to say about this game, honestly. I mean, it's a straight up 10 out of 10 for me. I do not even hesitate to say that. Hello. Tiny squib, you approached fearless. Are you a hunter like me? Do you feel the urge inside to stalk, to kill, to understand? Then take it. My journal, it will aid you. At first the text may seem difficult to discern, but a learned hunter will come to understand its words. Venture the depths of this land and slay its beasts. Prove yourself worthy to bear the mark of hunter. Alright, I've taken the Hunter's Journal. Defeat enemies to add new entries to the journal and decipher the Hunter's notes. Okay, so that's that. Believe that is in... Where is that? Yep, right over here. So now we have a bestiary, which is helpful. Of course, the trick with the bestiary in this game is you have to kill a certain number of enemies to get any kind of full description of them. You start, when you kill an enemy, you'll get a basic description of them, and then once you've killed a certain number of them, then you'll get a far more detailed description. It's kind of neat, actually. I like that. You know, it definitely makes up for the fact that there aren't any like enemies there aren't like any item drops or anything like that. You know, again, this is why I feel like Metroidvania as a description is not very helpful, because more often than not, I think people, when they think Metroidvania, they're actually thinking more like Castlevania, and with that usually comes like light RPG elements, like, you know, experience points, leveling up, you know, gear and loot and stuff like that. There's no such thing in this game. This game is... Oh, hi. This game is all about just different, you know, skills and items that you'll pick up throughout your journey that hopefully you will be able to use to help you make your way through this game. Those who stray from the White King's road shall face the law of Un. It's interesting. But yeah, this game has far more in common with something like Super Metroid or even, dare I say it, Metroid Fusion. Because this game has some bits that, like, you know, not explicitly, but as far as like the pacing and the way in which the game kind of very lightly opens up to you at the start, but then really opens up near the end. I mean, it gets, like, I'm not joking when I say this. This game's map is very big. There's a lot to see and a lot to do here. I can go down or I can go left. I think I want to go left. Uh-oh. Oh, I love that. So it's a little bug that's using leaves to make itself look much bigger. And of course, I think if it hasn't become obvious already, anytime you defeat a new enemy, you'll get that little audio cue for the Hunter's Journal letting you know that you've got a new entry. Oh! Oh, I feel bad about that. Alright. We're getting closer. Gonna go ahead and follow her. Seems like a smart thing to do. Ow! Smart thing to do. Okay, I don't know where. Ooh, okay. I can live with that, I guess. Whoa. Yeah, so some of these enemies have a kind of bullet hell idea behind them to a certain extent. You know, projectile enemies specifically, but toll machine with the symbol of a bench. Insert geo? Absolutely. Hey, looky there. Okay, and look at my map real quick. Look at all this. We made a lot of progress already in such a short amount of time. Yep. Love all the noises these enemies make. It's one thing I gotta mention, I guess. I think I sort of alluded to it in the last episode, but the sound design in this game, not just the music, though the music is absolutely gorgeous, but the sound design as well for all of the enemies and all of the NPCs and stuff. Everything just sounds exactly the way you would think it would sound. Nothing sounds out of place. Everything sounds correct. Which I feel a lot of games just don't always get right. It's such a strange thing to think, but like sound design, for whatever reason, like some games just get it so right that it's great, and others not so much. But this is one of the ones that just gets it. Just absolutely nails the sound design throughout, and that's not quite what I wanted to do, but okay. I'll handle that, I guess. The greater mind once dreamed of leaf and cast these caverns so. In every bush and every vine, the mind of Un reveals itself to us. What is it? Ah, yes. I remember these. These guys are fun. Oh. So yeah, there's a little mini boss of sorts. We'll be encountering more of those as we come along through here. Shielded enemies in this game are actually kind of neat because they really, if anything, they're not terribly, well, they're not really difficult, but what they are very good teaching tools for how to properly use the pogo ability, because that's usually the best way to kind of approach them, is to kind of jump on, like try to jump over their heads and then slash down as you do so. A lot of times you can get a free hit or two in as you do that. Also, this area is looking a little different, but not quite. It's up here. Oh, what is this? A lot of spikes. This looks like the Forgotten Crossroads. Oh no! No, no, no! Ow! Let's see. See, this is stuff, you know, stuff like that is why I don't think this game is as hard as some people make it out to be. You know, it's very forgiving, like, with regards to, like, if you mess up a sequence of platforming, or if you take a hit, like, you've always got a way to kind of come back from that, and I can't quite reach that area yet. You know, you're never just kind of tossed out and like, oh, get good. Like, you never have to really worry about that with this game. And also, you'll notice that sometimes I'm seemingly, like, the camera's moving down. That is me doing that, obviously. You can use the right analog stick to move the camera up or down as you need. Can't move it left or right, of course, but why would you need to? You know, it's not really, that wouldn't really be necessary, but it's handy. It's handy to go up or down on occasion, especially if you're looking for a platform that you can't quite see. I'm just gonna ignore him. Not interested in that. Well, no, I'm joking. I am interested in that, kind of. Well, I totally missed that shot. Try that again. Uh-oh. No. That was probably not the wise decision, but whatever. Oh no. Ah! Damn you. Kill him real quick. I'm not liking that. Why am I doing that? Why am I having that problem? Come on. Ugh. There we go. Get out of here, you giant super bug. Alright, let's talk to this fella, see what his deal is. Just what do you think you're doing? You dare to come between me and my prey? Is it a habit of yours to scurry about, getting in the way and causing bother? Know this, cur. I am Zote the Mighty, a knight of great renown. Cross me again, and you'll find out why they call my weapon Life Ender. Yeah, you're welcome, buddy. Alright. Ass. So yeah, that's Zote. We'll come across him again throughout our adventure. He's kind of an interesting character. He's got a kind of funny little story attached to him, which is something that all the NPCs have for the most part. They all have little stories, little arcs, if you will, that you can kind of follow up on as you play through the game. Not totally dissimilar to what you might see in like Dark Souls, but I feel it's kind of different though, if only because of just sort of the way in which it's presented. Like, you don't ever really have to go off the beaten path a lot for them, for some of these NPCs. A lot of them you'll just kind of encounter naturally. Oh geez, this is bad. This is bad. Ah! Okay. Well, I had to show it off at some point. That's okay. So that's all that happens when you die. So... Well, in fact, actually a couple of things happen when you die. So let me kind of go down the list real quick. One... So it's obvious as of right now, I have no Geo now. Lost all my Geo, which kind of sucks, but never fear, it can be gotten back. And two, you'll notice that the little mask on the left, the one that has my soul points, it's cracked right now. So it can't fill up all the way. It can fill up about halfway and then it'll stop. So to rectify that, I'm gonna go back to where I was unceremoniously murked, and I'm going to fix this. Hopefully with little trouble. What am I doing? Map. Okay, so you see on the map there's a marker now for something, and I can't go that way, I don't think. Gotta go kind of the slightly longer way. But that's okay though, because this refills. Which, by the way, to kind of explain this, I don't know if it was as obvious as maybe I figured it was, but those well, those little things, those little blue things, the way all that works is when you break open those cocoons, those little butterflies show up. And when you consume those butterflies, okay. When you consume those butterflies, you get extra health. It's limited health, of course. You can't. It's health that you can't restore with focus, but it's handy for like when you need a few. When you think you might need a few extra hits. Which I kind of probably should have just held on to those, but I'm a dummy. I'm not a pro gamer. I won't ever have my face on the bottle of a soft drink. Probably. I don't think anybody would want to see my face on a soft drink. That would probably tell them to just immediately turn around and do not endeavor to drink it. Okay, yeah, I did go up here. Oh, come on now. You little scamp. Oh. So again, kind of speaking to the really, really excellent sound design of this game, even your little spirit, which is what I'm going after right now. There's a little audio cue for that as well. There we go. Alright, there we go. Got all my Geo back and got my focus meter back up. All is right in the world. Whoa, okay. Alright. All that for a grub. It's worth it every time. Doesn't matter how much trouble you go through, those grubs are always worth it. They're just too damn cute to keep locked up like that. Okay, so now that shortcut's open, so that's good. Again, more sound design elements. You can hear the Green Knights. I don't actually, I need to double check what their actual names are. I just always call them Green Knights, but the Green Knights make a very telltale footstep sound effect when they're nearby. And ooh, I gotta get better at that. You can tell I'm rusty. Right. They are worth killing though. They drop a lot of Geo, which is always a plus. Oh, I'm not a fan of this. Not a fan of that. Nope, not a fan of that. It's not worth it. What's up here, though? It's this way. Alright, this is where I came in. Okay. see? You're decent at platforming. You don't even have to fight them. You can just let them be. Which, you know, I guess depending on the situation, you either probably want to kill them or not. It really doesn't matter one way or the other. Ooh, that would be nice to get. Oh, you. See about opening this toll booth. Toll machine with the symbol of a stag. Of course, obviously, you know, as you continue through the game, the toll booths, or the toll machines, they do raise in price. So, you know, you want to try to hold on. Like, you know, I said before, like, losing all your geo is not the end of the world, obviously, but, like, at the same time, if you can try not to lose it, it's probably best not to lose it. Like, you gotta try to hold on to it when you can, but like, it's not the end of the world if you don't. I don't want to go down there yet, but I will shortly. I want to go up here, or through here, I should say. Come no closer, ghost. I've seen you, creeping through the undergrowth, stalking me. This old kingdom, a terrible thing awakens. I can smell it in the air. I know what you are. I know what you try to do, and I cannot allow it. So this is Hornet. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, I should have probably healed there. Now I am gonna heal for that. She's almost done. Whoa. There we go. Nice. Alright, so here's our first maneuverability upgrade. This is the Mothwing Cloak. And it's a dash. So would it seek to break the seals? They cannot be undone. They must be undone. Let us sleep, little shadow. Return to your darkness. Allow us our peace. Okay, well, if you're wondering what the hell that was, well, we'll find out. But yeah, we have a dash, and you can also do it in the air, which is really awesome. And so, which I guess kind of leads me into discussing a little bit about sort of Team Cherry's primary, I guess, their primary inspirations behind or for Hollow Knight. So a lot of people, I remember when this game first came out in 2017, a lot of people were making, because God forbid it was still a thing at the time, there were a lot of people who were making, I think, mildly valid comparisons to Dark Souls. You know, the way in which like NPCs kind of drive the narrative, the way in which you know, the game kind of doesn't totally punish you for dying, but kind of does. Things of that nature. But the people at Team Cherry, they were asked at one point in an interview what games they, you know, kind of based this game around, and so like one of the games they mentioned was Zelda 2. They also mentioned a game, an NES game, or I think it's an NES game called Fazanadu, if anybody's familiar with that. They also brought up Mega Man X, and this right here, the Mothwing Cloak, is by far the most obvious callback to something like Mega Man X. It's very much just the power dash from Mega Man X. Uh-oh. Well, okay. That was incredibly anticlimactic, but okay. And as you can see, benches come in all shapes and sizes in this game. This game makes me want to go to a park and sitting on a bench. I don't...
Nah, me nobis.
Oh, hello there. Seems we both tread far from the path. I can hardly believe those dusty old highways led to such a lush and lively place. This building suggests some form of worship, though its idol has clearly been long forgotten. Doubles equally well for a moment's respite.
Goa, nudo Mac.
I saw a strange fellow out there. He seemed quite taken by the lake. I'd planned to offer greetings, though figured I'd first tend to my nail on chance our meeting goes poorly.
Bama to churo.
Your nail looks like a fine instrument, but it's showing signs of wear. I'd wager up there it would take you far. Down here, however, I suspect you'll soon meet dangers the surface world can't match. Hollow Nest is perfect for vigilant explorers like us, so tense and thrilling. In this place, you're either alert or you're dead. Okay, and I think I've exhausted his dialogue. Which for those of you who think about playing this game at some point, you will want to do that. With all the NPCs. Whenever you get a chance. If you meet a new NPC, exhaust all dialogue with said NPC. Like, always do that. Because you never know. You never know if that might end up helping you or making things a little simpler for you later on. Ooh. Yeah, but so now I've got this awesome air dash, which makes getting around so much nicer, smoother, better. And of course also it opens up a lot of new ways or new paths to explore. But firstly, I'm going to... What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Whoa! That was me being a dummy. Me being a complete dingus. Whoa. That's the only thing about the dash. You kind of have to get familiar with the length of it, because it's not short by any stretch, but it is clipped right at the end, so you need to know kind of where it's going to end, where it's going to stop, before you just go, you go ham and think, okay, I'm just gonna breeze right through this area. Nope. And that was mildly embarrassing. There we go. But see, like, this game, it has its moments, like I said. There's some bits in the game that are a little difficult, and will kind of maybe test your mettle a bit. But overall, the game is really mostly smooth sailing. As long as you're just getting used to the way the game handles, it really shouldn't be too big of a deal. And I believe there was an area in here I wanted to check out that I couldn't get to previously because I didn't have my air dash, but now I do. So I'm gonna go up here. Right here, in fact. Boop. Oh, hey. Oh. Hello, fellas. could have handled that a little better. Oh no. Oh no, I will not. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, no, no. This is somewhat bad. Oh! This is in fact very bad! Right, well, that was strictly because I was being a dipshit. That I was getting way too close to those, what are those things even called? Elder Balders. Okay. So, yeah, let's not do that again. What was I saying before? Oh, this game isn't really that difficult. LOL. I mean, it really isn't, though. In fact, if anything, I really like the fact of just kind of how, for the most part, how laid back this game actually is. It's not terribly, like, you know, nail-bitingly, well, there's one area specifically that is kind of nail-biting, but we'll talk about that when we get there. And that isn't for a long time. We got ways to go before I ever get to talk about that area, but I'm gonna try to get some focus energy here, get a little piece of my health back, and then get as much of this filled as I can, and then I'll well, I will say this. I guess I could talk about that too, because this game, you know, this is the, what is it, the Void Heart Edition. And all that really means is I bought the game for 20 bucks on PlayStation Network, and it includes all of the free DLC that Team Cherry put out for this game, and they put out quite a bit actually. And all of it is actually pretty chunky. But I don't know how much of it I will actually end up doing, because some of it is sort of difficult, actually. Some of it's very difficult. Some of it I was unable to really get very far into on the Nintendo Switch release, because I was just like, oh my god, I cannot do any of this. I am terrible at video games. Please kill me. Oh. Not a great start. If I can just get rid of one, I'm golden. Because then it's so much simpler. I'm gonna leave him for just a moment, and then I'll come back and take him out. Because once you do get rid of them, I believe they don't come back. Come on. I need you roly-poly. I need a baby balder. Come on. There we go. Oh. Damn, those things are tricky sometimes. Like, you don't think they're going as fast as they're actually going, and sometimes you get the timing off a little bit. Come on, one more. Come on. Get out of here. Okay, so yeah, it's not much of a shortcut, like at all, but thanks. What's this? Balder shell. Oh, that reminds me though, I actually got to start putting on some whatchamacalls, it's some, I guess that is a little bit of a shortcut. Some badges, because I know I've picked up this one just now, and I hear him, but I don't know where he is. I know there's a grub over there. I'll be damned if I'm not going to figure this out. Watch it be one I can't actually get to yet, but... I think it... Well, no, I take that back. I think it's up here. I'm a dummy. Well, that's okay. Sorry, little buddy. I'll come back for you at a later date when I have other maneuverability skills to utilize. Forget if there was anything. I don't think there was anything up there. Pretty sure there wasn't. Okay, let's check the map real quick. Okay, I think there's a couple places I can check out real quick. Again, I know I keep bringing it up and harping on it, but really, I do not understand how anybody has at all had an issue with the map in this game. I find that to be... I don't know, maybe when it first launched it was different. I can't really attest to that, but I really don't know how anybody cannot figure this system out. It's not... I say system, it's not even a system, it's just really straightforward. I don't know, I guess I don't know, maybe I'm a genius or something, I don't know. That can't possibly be the case. So I did not come through here, huh? No. Okay. Oh, look at these lovely individuals. Whoa. Always gotta watch out for these flowers. And you can barely see it, but right on the ground, if one of those flowers is present, you can always see just the tips of its teeth. Right off the bottom of the ground, so... Well, right off the ground. Wouldn't make any sense to say bottom of the ground, that... Okay. So this leads back to the entrance, I believe. So you can see the dash certainly makes navigation a little bit faster. And I'm actually, just as a safety precaution, I'm gonna go grab onto this bench real quick. What am I looking at here? Okay. Well, actually, I think this would be a good stopping point. If anything, because I've basically gone through the entirety of Greenpath. There's still just a couple, well, no, there's like 3 spots I'm looking at, really, that I kind of want to check out. But, you know what, fuck it, I'll risk it. Where's the nearest one that I want to go to first? Be straight over to the left. I'm sorry, it's very hard for me to put this game down, and I don't know exactly how long I've been going for so far. I feel like it hasn't been that long, but I could be wrong. Whoa, no. Absolutely not. Green Devil. Okay. I feel like there is something... Check down here first. Actually, double check right here first. No. No way. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and heal. I don't know why, I have a really bad tendency to just always, like, if I'm not at full health, I feel unsafe, and so I always try to stay vigilant about that. I'm kind of I'm a stickler for it, for whatever reason, but... I'm a scaredy cat. I'm a scaredy cat. No. That's what I love about this game. If you don't want to fight something, you totally do not have to. Oh, oh, this could be fun. Okay, so... Oh no. See if I can get this on a first try, huh? Huzzah. Pro gamer strats. Thorns. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. So got a new badge. That's always helpful. Okay. So we got 2 more. Where am I? Go a little this way one more time. Oh, I wonder if I can I? Oh, probably no. That's a no. I cannot get that yet. Positive I can't anyway. Okay, what's over to the left? Ooh, thorns, so can't go that way. No, I can go this way. Anything down here? Hello? Oh. From moss and leaf our life is drawn. While it grows upon the path, we shall never wilt. Oh, hi. Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I remember this. I don't believe I can go that way, though. Not yet. So that's a dud. That was a dead end of sorts. But something to be noted for later. Well, maybe that's a good stopping point. What is that? Whoa! Okay. Maybe it's not a great stopping point because I have no way of getting up there now. I gotta go the long way. Oi! Okay, that's fine. Not a big deal. Whoop. Okay, now this is a perfect stopping point for this episode because now, as you can see, the map is really filled out, but the only thing I haven't really looked at is right there where the hunter is located. Right to the left of him, there's that little area that you can go down. I guess next episode I'll go take a look at that, see if I can do anything with it, and then worst case scenario, I'll head back to Dirtmouth and see what's going on there. But in any case, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed the new intro and outro. I like it. I think it's tasteful. But in any case, hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you join me again for more Hollow Knight in the next episode. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment at your leisure, and hopefully you'll join me again. Bye-bye!